My son just opened the door and gave me a hug and said, "It's okay, Mom, it's not your fault." I don't normally post things like this, but I am absolutely humiliated.
Alright, picture this. You're hyped over a 4th of July cookout, slaving over a homemade antipasto salad that looks like something straight out of a Pinterest dream. Tomatoes from your garden, fresh mozzarella, salami slices arranged like art, and you show up thinking it's gonna be all burgers and vibes. But nope. The host treats you like you just crashed their secret cult meeting, side-eyeing you into oblivion until you grab your kid and bolt, leaving the salad behind like a rejected sacrifice. Yeah, that's the chaos that got TikTok in a chokehold right now. And honestly, it's the dumbest, most relatable drama of 2025 so far. We're diving into this antipasto apocalypse, where a simple side dish turned into a full-blown neighborhood war, complete with cops, impersonations, and deleted rants. Buckle up, because this one's got more layers than the salad itself. So let's break it down from the top, because this story's got twists that'll make even the most jaded Reddit thread jealous. Our main character is Nicole, aka Folk Medicine Remedies on TikTok. She's this sweet new mom who just moved 1,000 miles to some small town in Virginia, trying to make friends for her kid. Her son hits it off with another boy at the playground, whose mom, Samantha, invites them to a gathering at her relative's place on the 4th of July. Nicole, being the overachiever type, offers to bring a dish. Samantha's like, sure, antipasto salad sounds great. Even sends a pic of it to the hosts, Jake and Stasha Hicks, for approval. All green lights, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. Nicole rolls up with her kid and the platter with the homegrown tomatoes, the homemade cheese, salami, mozzarella, basil, pepperoncini, drizzled with balsamic like it's gourmet AF, and cost her $40 in effort alone. She walks into the kitchen and bam, the vibe's colder than a freezer-burned hot dog. Back in her car, Nicole films the meltdown with tears streaming down her face.
My son just opened the door and gave me a hug and said, "It's okay, Mom, it's not your fault." I don't normally post things like this, but I am absolutely humiliated. So I was invited to a 4th of July party the other day by my son's best friend's mother. So I made an antipasto salad, like this big, gorgeous salad, and I asked, is there anything you want me to bring? Thank you so much. I was so gracious. I kept reiterating that. Thank you so much for inviting me. I don't know anybody here. I get there and the kids get out and I grab the antipasto and I'm carrying the salad and I have my beer, and I just wanted to put the salad down and chat and introduce myself to everybody. And I guess the homeowner's name is Stasia, and her husband, I don't even know who he was. He walked by me kind of angry and ignored me, but I was trying to introduce myself to everybody. I'm just chatting, not even 5 minutes in the door, and somebody walks in the house and is like, "Are you going to introduce yourself to somebody? It's really rude to walk into somebody's house and not introduce yourself." He's absolutely flipping out outside about some stranger. And I was so confused. I looked like a deer caught in headlights because I thought I was invited. And I was like, "I'm really sorry. I don't even know whose house this is." And the girl goes, "Exactly. You shouldn't be in here." And I was like, okay. So I walk outside, and when I get out on the porch, the girl Stasia I introduced myself to, it wouldn't even look at me. She turned herself looking away on the porch, and there's all these people just angrily looking at me and nasty. And one guy was like, "Welcome to the neighborhood, see you later." And I was like, okay. So I just dumped my beer out, and I was just I was totally distraught. And I've never been treated like that. I left the salad for them. It was probably a $40 salad. I used all the really nice Italian cut meats and all the vegetables from my yard. I just wanted to make a good impression. It's people are so nasty, and I literally didn't mean to intrude. I thought I was I feel absolutely horrible because I ruined my kid's 4th of July.
Heartbreaking stuff. Then she posted on TikTok and boom, 33 million views overnight. The internet loses its mind, uniting harder than it did for that one dress color debate. Is it blue? Is it gold? Man, that stuff was stupid. Now the hosts, they couldn't let this slide. Nope, they doubled down like pirate software.
All of this can eat shit then. I dropped the mask entirely. They can eat my entire ass. The whole thing.
Stasha Hicks drops a now deleted 22-minute rant We're not mean people. This wasn't a party, just a close get-together for people who knew each other.
I am not a mean person. My husband is not a mean person. We are not mean people. Neither is my mother-in-law. We simply did not know who this person was that come into our house unannounced to not a party. Let's clarify. This was not a party. This was a get-together of people who knew each other, okay? And just because we didn't know her doesn't mean that she couldn't have stayed and hung out. We just didn't want her in our house.
Like, why do you invite somebody over if you're not even going to let them be in the house? This is wild.
Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. So to you people that are getting on TikTok and all my social medias, first of all, or my husband's or my mother-in-law's, so forth, so on, and trying to bully us, I don't care.
Yeah, no kidding, you don't care. You don't care about guests. You don't care about anybody. It doesn't even seem like you guys care about yourselves at this point. It's like you're doing more harm than you are at all with this. Like, why would you even respond? And then you respond with the most double down gaslighting thing that you could ever do. It makes absolutely no sense to me. I'm not surprised now. Just watching this, I'm not surprised how you treated your guests just based on this. Is anybody else not surprised? If you're not surprised, let me know in the comments as well. Just watching this response, I mean, it's baffling. It is truly baffling. And I'm not surprised when they say, I don't care. Because you know what? And this is what I live by. Only the guilty get offended. If she didn't care, she wouldn't respond. Simply put.
I really don't. Because you don't know the story. You weren't here. And for you to feel like you have to be behind the phone to bully somebody else that you don't even know about, that says a lot about you, not me.
I love when people do this. It just shows just how much of a person they are when they go, you know what? If you can only like bully us behind a phone, then it says something about you, not me. You know what this says? It says that you can't handle the truth. And the truth, when given to you, it makes you feel offended. And like I said, only the guilty get offended, because if she didn't care, she wouldn't have made a response. I'm just saying. So when somebody like this does this and they say, oh, well, like this person just did, it just means that they can't handle the truth. These people seem like they're probably narcissist people because they're probably not able to just deal with the truth. And a lot of people are like that, in fact. I mean, most people in the world are like this. They just can't handle the God honest truth. And you know what? That says a lot about her, not us.
And one more thing. We did apologize. My husband did call her directly and apologize to her, and she didn't want to accept that answer. Okay?
I wonder why she didn't want to accept that answer. Maybe it's because she was humiliated in front of a bunch of people for just trying to be a kind, decent human being. Unlike yourselves. Just throwing it out there.
She didn't want to accept that we were sorry, that we hurt her feelings. She wanted to get on TikTok and use it to her advantage and try to make us look like bad people and then have half the world or so forth, so on, hate us too.
Then she posts ring cam footage, thinking it'll clear him. And it shows the awkward entry, but it backfires spectacularly and gets deleted after everyone calls it creepy evidence of the snub. And Nicole ain't backing down. She shares the receipts. Text from Samantha, apologizing for the family's rudeness. Confirmation she told the Hicks about the invite and sent the salad peg. They knew you were coming. Then the bombshell, a recorded call with Jake. He starts off with all, didn't know who you were, wasn't expecting you. But Nicole presses and he flips. Okay, I knew, but thought you dropped the kid and leave. Like, this is classic gaslight flip-flop. Like a politician caught in 4K. And the salad pick, untouched, still pristine on the counter, adding insult to uneaten injury. Now, things get real dark from here. Escalation nuclear. A special agent shows up at Nicole's door over alleged threats to the sheriff's office. Turns out the sheriff was at the party. Small town connections, huh? They play a voicemail rant claiming to be from her husband, but the voice? Heavy southern drawl. Nothing like him. Impersonation alert. And the TikTok detectives swear it's Jake or his crew pulling a revenge prank. No proof, but the vibes are sus. Then the doxing hits. Nicole's underage son's school info gets leaked, and the harassment ramps up. Rumors fly that Stasha lost her job at Nova Health. The boss is the sheriff's wife. Oops, small town petty is turning into full mob justice. The internet's reaction? Peak unity. I've never seen TikTok this locked in. Just see the Stasia response saying she's not a mean person, but screams of mean girl energy. Bless you, it's never nice to be treated that way. I hope you're okay. Another person says, we found Stasia. We'll take care of her, honey. Don't you worry. 173,000 likes. Let's go. Come on, internet. This is what I'm talking about. Another person says, it makes me so angry that you were treated this way. You did nothing wrong. You should be ashamed of yourself, Stasia and J Kicks. Do better. Let's go. This one's relatable. I'm too Canadian for this. My God. That's crazy. This one's so peak. We ride at midnight to Stasia's house. 13,000 likes. Let's go. Another one. Stasia just uploaded confirming she's a Trumper. Shock. I'm dying over here. I'm not even surprised. I'm not even surprised at this point. Ashtray comments. Ashtay. That's a confusing name. But anyway, Stasia and Jake and their rude little sidekick need to do some serious growing up. How embarrassing of them to be that rude and immature. They're just poor excuses for adults. And even worse, that they are who they're supposed to be, setting examples to children. Adults are to lead by example. It takes a village to raise a child, but this village doesn't deserve to be around any children at all with behavior like that. It's called kindness and hospitality. Stasia, Jake, and friends. That's a good one. I like that one. Thin Assassin goes, I'd recognize that salad anywhere. I've been so invested in this drama. Cutie Patootie. This comment really hits home because I'm sure all of us have been here. But she comments, no, but actually this. I'm not saying the family deserves death threats because that's insane. And the scale at which this seems to be blowing up is really something. But the reason so many of us felt this poor woman and felt frankly chills watching her so genuinely weep after going above and beyond and doing her best is because we've all been there. Yeah, that's true. As an adult, I definitely understand. I grew up always feeling like an outcast in a very small town and didn't have a community beyond my parents. And my parents didn't either, and so I rarely felt like I belonged, and that made me hypersensitive to those snarky looks or micro changes in behavior/tones, where it's so clear that the people around me do not, in fact, believe I belonged. But I still tried anyway, despite how much it hurt. It still makes me feel like maybe there is, in fact, something wrong with you. Oh man, it hurts because that's it, man. When you get those stereotypes and those feelings, it really hurts. And life is just so much better now, and I'm so much more confident as an adult. But I don't know, seeing that video and the way she was crying just brought those emotions back. And it's clear so many of us went through something similar as children/teenagers and even adults in our own ways, whether it be with our relatives or our friends or classmates or colleagues, etc. Which is why, regardless of our background, so many of us just get it. PM me baby pig pics says, it looks so good. I don't care who shows up at my house. If they brought that, come on in while I fix myself a plate. I'll introduce myself to you while I get myself some little meats and tomatoes. Let's go. Heck yeah, I'd totally be in that. Man, she wouldn't even have to set it down and I'd already taken a helping out of that. For real. Salty Salamander says, right? She made the cheese herself too and the tomatoes and basil were from her garden. I would have tore that up. Hell yeah. Biggs902 gasps in Spanish. No, I'm deeply unsurprised by that. That's crazy. Not a Chance says, those are some weird people. That was not normal behavior and sounds sketchy. It's not you, not at all. Trina the Truth says, a Mexican family would have welcomed you in and fed you and made you feel like family. I'm about that. Let's go. Christy Willis says, this is my first impression of you. It's definitely not you. It was them. She responds, thank you. I gotta be honest. Personally, if you bring Antipasto to my get together, I'm just kissing you on the lips, all right? Nicole even drops a recipe tutorial, layers the meats, the veggies, the drizzle, and thanks supporters while enjoying the creator rewards like a boss. But let's be real for a sec. This ain't just funny, it's kind of messed up. Nicole's just trying to build a new life in a new town and gets iced out for no reason, and now her kid's doxxed? That's crossing lines. The Hicks claim boundaries, but come on, if you know someone's coming with food, don't act shocked. It's classic small town gatekeeping, and it's mean girls in adult form, rejecting the new kid because her salad's too fancy or whatever. And the cops' involvement smells like abuse of power, especially with the sheriff buddy at the party. Online mobs can be vicious too. Harassment is both ways, and turns a petty snub into a nightmare. Like chill, it's just a salad, not a scandal. Nicole's glow up, posting the tutorial and ranking the views, I hope she monetizes the hell out of it. And the Hicks, digging deeper with deleted rants, backfiring like a bad BBQ sparkler. Wrapping this up blunt style, this whole thing's a masterclass in how not to human. Nicole just wanted mom friends. Instead, she got a viral therapy session. The Hicks proved that their southern hospitality skips addresses. And TikTok turns a snub into a spectacle. Mobs forming faster than ants at a picnic. Seriously, if your party's that exclusive, don't invite randos via playground mobs. Now everyone's got egg, or should I say salad, on their face. So what did we learn? First, don't invite someone to your cookout just to act like they're robbing you. If you see Antipasto at the door, let him in. That's a friendship tax write-off. Second, if you leak ring cam footage to defend yourself, maybe double check that it doesn't make you look worse. This isn't CSI side dishes. And third, if your defense is it wasn't a party, just stop. You're not helping your case. You're starting a semantic war nobody wins. And lastly, TikTok might be chaotic, but every once in a while, it bands together to do something beautiful. Like defending a new mom who just wanted to share her homemade salami with the neighborhood. We salute you, Nicole, and your salad. May your balsamic always be bold and your neighbors slightly less cringy. Zenith out. See you next time, gremlins. Peace.